Hello guys, with this video we are going to learn how to build a model in Excel to evaluate projects. The main idea of this exercise is that you can be able to create tools for decision making. This model have two purposes. The first one is for your own projects. With this tool you can be able to evaluate your own projects. The second one is to start a freelance job as project consulting, creating tools for decision making and evaluating projects for clients. So, the first video is about what is a model and the principal rules to start building one. And so, what is a model? A model is a theoretical description that can help you to understand how the system works or how it might work. For example, you want to start selling hot dogs. You know all about making hot dogs, but you don't know anything about money. This could be a big problem because there are so many variables that you have to consider before start selling hot dogs. You need to consider how many hot dogs you can sell, or maybe which are the operating costs, or your cost of sales and taxes, etc. So all of this uncertainty and variables will make you feel concerned. For these cases, modeling your own project valuation is the solution. When you build a model to evaluate selling hot dogs, you can know how your sales are, or your operating costs, and other economic variables that could be in the future. Also, you can make different scenarios of the different possible futures. Predicting different possible futures? Where did I listen something like that? And yes, when you learn to build a model to evaluate projects, you are like Doctor Strange looking for all the possible futures. And also, yes, this is how you look when you use your powers in real life. These are the 4 steps that you have to consider to build a model. First, you need to start with the assumptions, then the inputs, the development, and finally the outputs. Assumptions. The assumptions in models tend to make the model more applicable to a specific circumstance. It is very important to explain the assumptions to know what you can do with your model and which are your limits. My tip is use storytelling to make your assumptions. Inputs. The inputs are variables you want to understand. These are the main variables that can make the difference in your project. Some examples are the sales, cost of sales, inflation, and the tip is use design to make a good user experience in your inputs. Development. The development is where the magic begins. It's an iterative process in which all the inputs interact with the formulas you build. In this step, math plays an important role, and the tip is be careful with your formulas and test your development. And finally, outputs. In this step, you choose your KPIs, key performance indicators. It's important to have visuals KPIs. Some examples are the net present value, payback, and profitability index. And the tip is use the design to make a good user experience in your outputs. And that's all, guys. In the next video we are going to build a simple model to evaluate projects. Thanks and goodbye.